Hello, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. I hope you are doing well. I wanted to talk a little about what makes things sound Christmassy. I just put out a Christmas album called Christmas Sing Along. Before I wrote I Still Believe, I was learning a lot of Christmas songs that I love, and I found something that they all had in common, and I think that's the Christmas sound. This is not an original idea. I think like Rick Beato, maybe Adam Neely, all these people much smarter than me have explored this idea here on YouTube. By the way, check them out if you haven't seen them. I think with a lot of Christmas music, the element of nostalgia influences us to feel as though it's a Christmas song, right? And it seems to me that the key, no pun intended, of making something sound Christmassy is with a diminished seventh chord. Let me show you. So if we're in C, for example, C major, C minor, a lot of the music that I enjoy and that I have written implements the 7, C7. It's a very, to me, like a 7 chord is inquisitive. Like, hey, where are we going with this, right? C to C7. But there's a lot of different directions that you can go. You've got your minor 7. Minor 7s to me feel very melancholic. That to me sounds like, oh, I'm on the beach and I was planning on having drinks with that special someone and they never showed up. Like, right? Like that's a minor 7. But a major 7, that's vibey. It's like, oh, and then she or they showed up. You can make it even more Christmassy, I guess. I don't know if that's a word, but if you make it diminished, right? And so there's 2 different types of diminished chords. I tend to like the full diminished sound, which is kind of in this region of... That to me is very like Beach Boys, like Pet Sounds era. But also it makes sense because way back when people actually thought about the chords that they were putting in their songs, it's very flavorful. It has a nice... It has a nice transitional quality. The half diminished, which would be minor 7 flat 5, so your minor 7 flat 5. That is very Pet Sounds, and which is tasty, just like this Bordeaux. So I was kind of like learning these Christmas songs. One of the ones I recorded for this album is Jingle Bell Rock. So you've got Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock, Jingle Bell, ooh. And there you have full diminished into D minor 7, G7, I think. It's these nice kind of in-between chords that on their own might sound a little funky, but in the context of the song, you know, really tasty. But where it gets interesting, though, is like All I Want for Christmas Is You. I think it's in G. I could be wrong, but hey. I don't want to love for Christmas. Do. C, there you go. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas. Same exact chord. I kind of noticed this over and over and over again in these Christmas songs. There's something really special about Christmas songs. I think it's because we all have very strong memories with all of them. When it comes to writing one, you're almost kind of establishing a new memory. And I suppose maybe to a certain extent, that's what I was hoping to do with I Still Believe. Over the years, a lot of people have commented on like, oh, your music has a nostalgic quality to it, or they can't figure out really what time period it's in. I think that's because I use 7 chords a lot, and diminished chords a lot. This was going to be a Christmas song. Well, I should implement that. So I decided to go with E. Christmas time is here today, but I'm afraid to celebrate. And what I like about sevens, earlier I was kind of talking about how, the 7 can kind of imply a sense of inquisition. And so being afraid to celebrate Christmas, it seems like a pretty decent line to say lyrically over a 7 chord. Christmas time is here today. Oh, that's wonderful. Uh-oh, something's wrong, but I'm afraid to celebrate. Because I think I might exist on top of Santa's naughty list. And that's where the full diminished comes in, right? And for some reason, maybe there's, I don't know if you're familiar with the movie That Thing You Do. In the movie, there's a group, a fictional group called the Wonders, not the Oneaters, but the Wonders. And all of that music, by the way, was written by the absolute legend, Adam Schlesinger, may he rest in peace. Probably mostly known for his incredible work with Fountains of Wayne, which is one of my favorite bands. I think they're one of the best power pop groups of all time. And if you haven't listened to them, you really should. Mexican Wine's probably my favorite song by them. But I always appreciated the musical integrity of the stuff that Adam did. And it's really a shame that we lost him so early, because just about everything he's done I've really appreciated. So we'll dedicate this video to his honor. But when I went to the C sharp minor, I hope it snows tonight, F sharp major, 'cause I need Santa's sleigh. So that's something I like to do a lot too. I learned this from Chris Griotti, living legend of a human being and one of the best people. Sleigh. It just adds that little bit of dissonance. It's just 1/2 step, or I guess overseas semitone. That to me makes it interesting. And it's those little things, I think, for the people who are interested in music, or the things that I make with music, those tiny little micro adjustments are what, I just think they're cooler than socks on a duck. You know what I mean? I need Santa's sleigh. It's a 7, right? It's not a major. Sleigh too. So, and then this chromatic thing that I do all the time, which you don't really hear too much in newer music. Sleigh to fly. See that? They're all right in a row. Sleigh to fly. Of course, you're going from the 7. Sleigh to fly. And then you get your major third of E major, which is very like, hey, we're back home, everything's okay. My presents down the down the chimney. And then, of course, you just do the A to the B to the E, which is like a very Beatles move, early Beatles. And I like that stuff. I think it's fun. Verse, chorus, right into the bridge. Or over the pond, they call it the middle 8. And, if the song's an E, it only makes sense to just bring it on home and go with F sharp minor. That's kind of what makes the most sense to me. Maybe they're all right. Santa's just a lie. Back to 1, but that would make me cry. There's our C sharp minor again. 'Cause I need hope tonight. Remember earlier when I was talking about it's those tiny little micro adjustments? First time around when we played it, we were minor. Maybe they're all right. right? But the second time, it's hopeful. And those are the tiny little things as a songwriter that, again, I feel are very, very slick and very cool. And, probably 99.9% of the people won't notice that. But it's that tiny percentage that do, probably those of you watching right now, who think that's cool too. And so I like to put those little fun, it's like little pieces of confetti in a song that, maybe if you don't necessarily pay too much attention to the exact notes and chords and the theory of what's happening in the song, it just makes you feel a certain way, right? Because that's what all this is about. It's about having a good time, and in this case, celebrating Christmas. And it makes sense too. I'm a big proponent of when something musically happens to have a lyrical element that supports what's happening musically, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So maybe they're all right and Santa's just a lie. So we're in, F sharp minor, playing F sharp minor. Maybe they're all right and Santa's just a lie. But that would make me cry, 'cause I need hope tonight. Yeah, so what's that hope? That note right there. 'Cause last time it was this. And now, we're uplifted, right? Sad, happy. So, F sharp major. So I still believe in magic things. So we're back home, we're back at home base, E major. And this is one of those cases where I wanted to kind of throw it back to stuff feeling nostalgic. I wanted to throw it back to one of my favorite bands of all time. They're called Saves the Day. And you'll find in a lot of their work around the time of Through Being Cool and Stay What You Are, they'll do the big final triumphant slowed down final emo part. To me, they're the definitive emo band. Fight me in the comments, but I think they Saves the Day is emo. They have these really, really fun endings that I always really loved. I guess maybe Rock's Tonic Juice Magic would be a clear example of that. Maybe Jukebox Breakdown, if I remember correctly. But just kind of, then just go into a straight do. Santa, won't you please come and visit me? Back to the minor, because we're talking about longing for something, right? We're hoping, we're begging Santa to come visit us, right? Because I still believe in magic things. And then, of course, the guitar solo. I should switch guitars for that. No, for the solo, I know in the music video I played my Lilac Stratocaster, but in the recording, actually, I used my... this is an E2 made in Japan. It's an ESP Vintage Plus series guitar, and I love it. I call this the Play Destroy guitar because that is this is what we used for those sessions, and wrote one of my favorite riffs of all time on that, even though it's pretty silly. So the solo is just pentatonic E major. Real simple stuff. With the decapitator, it sounds great. So if you've got your blues thing, and you're doing your minor pentatonic thing, move that down 3 frets. 1, 2, 3, right? And then E becomes E major. Fun stuff. So in this case, it's something like... And that last little bit, I guess, in the lick, I learned that one from Justin Hawkins from The Darkness. I'm not sure where he picked it up. Maybe it's his thing, but I'm a big fan of what he's doing and has been doing. Check out his channel if you haven't seen it. But what I mean specifically is on the after, I would call this maybe like a Jimmy Page run, the little, that whole deal. Boom, boom, doo. Just adding that blue note. I think in the actual recording I slid up. Yeah, the slide sounds cool with the decapitator. Back to the acoustic. So, hey, there you have it. I don't know when this is coming out, but maybe there's still time to write a Christmas song. And I would highly encourage you to use diminished chords if you want them to feel Christmassy. That's just my 2 cents. Take it with a grain of salt. I've attempted to write a lot of Christmas songs over the years. And some songs that I wrote as Christmas songs turned out to not be Christmas songs. You may be familiar with a song called Using You, written as a Christmas song. Obviously different lyrics, but if you go back and listen to that, you'll hear at least what I was going for, making it hopefully sound Christmassy. And there's a million of examples of great usage of diminished chords, both full diminished and half diminished, or the minor 7 flat 5. Off the top of my head, God Only Knows, maybe my favorite song of all time. Let's see. You know, to doubt it. Oh, what we got going on there? I'll make you so sure about it. So that would be your minor 7 flat 5 right there. God Only Knows. Yeah, cool stuff. Yeah, there's some cool diminished stuff in there as well. Really, really kind of a cool thing to explore. So I highly recommend playing with music because it's fun. Do you want to say hi? What do you have to say to the world? So there you have it. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays. I hope that you have a wonderful new year, and there's lots of cool stuff that we can probably do in 2022. So let's be cool to each other. And a toast to everyone. We'll see you soon. Say bye. Say bye, Kiki.
Say bye, Kiki.
Say bye.
Say bye.
Bye-bye.